Solve each equation for x. A. 2 radical x minus 5 equals 20. I want to start by getting the radical by itself. So I'm going to divide both sides of the equation by 2. So this way on the left-hand side the 2's cancel, and we're left with radical x minus 5 equals 10 on the right. Now I want to get rid of the radical, so we're going to square both sides. When you square the left-hand side, the square and the square root will cancel to leave us with x minus 5. On the right, we square 10. 10 times 10 is 100. Then, to get x alone, we're going to add 5 on both sides. So the 5's cancel, and on the left, we're left with just x. And on the right, we combine these together to get 105. Now we have a radical equation, so we should be careful and check this. So I'm going to take the original equation, 2 radical x minus 5 equals 20, and I'm going to replace every x that we see with 105 and see if this works. So this is 2 radical 105, that was my x value, minus 5 equals 20. And now I'm going to evaluate what's inside the radical first. So we get 2 radical 100 equals 20. The square root of 100 is 10. And 2 times 10 is 20. So 20 equals 20. We get the same value on both sides, so yes, this does check. X equals 105 is the solution. Now for part B. Let's give ourselves a little bit more room. To solve this for x, I want to get the radical by itself. So we'll begin by adding 5 to both sides of the equation. On the left-hand side, the 5's cancel, and we have radical 3x plus 1. On the right, we combine like terms, and we've got 8. To get rid of the radical, we'll square both sides. So on the left, the square and the square root cancel to leave us with 3x plus 1. On the right, we square the 8. 8 times 8 is 64. I want to get x by itself, so now we'll subtract 1 from both sides. So on the left side, we've got 3x. On the right, 63. Finally, to isolate the x, we'll divide both sides by 3. So on the left-hand side, we've got just x, and on the right, 21. Remember, we've got a radical equation, so now we need to check. So I'm going to take the original equation, square root of 3x plus 1 minus 5, and let's see if we get 3 on the right. Let's copy down the equation, but replace x with what we had found x to be. So this is 3 times 21 plus 1 minus 5 equals 3. So we want to evaluate what's in the radical first. So 3 times 21 is 63. And we'll just bring everything else along. Further inside the radical, 63 plus 1 is 64. So we've got radical 64 minus 5 equals 3. The square root of 64 is 8. Bring down the rest of the equation. 8 minus 5 is 3. 3 equals 3 does check. And so we know that x equals 21 is the solution.